Good afternoon, my reborn friends. This is Gina, and I am here. This is Tag Monday for me. I am going to be doing 2 tags from Lisa's Littles. And in front of you, you see my precious little Kelly Ann. She is the Caitlin sculpt by Kinby Dolls. And she's got her little giraffe with her, and next to her is our dog Daisy. And some other time I'll show you more about Daisy. I'll give you more details, but today we are interested in doing the tags because Daisy barks and she whines and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, here I go with Lisa's tag. The first tag that I am going to do is childhood toys, this or that. And the first number one was skates or bicycle. Well, that's a pretty easy one for me. We are going to say bicycle. I rode my bicycle all over the neighborhood. All the kids rode their bicycles. Cousins had extra bikes so we could go bicycling. I did do some roller skating with them. Some of my cousins had the metal skates that you adjusted and you put it on your shoe and you adjusted it to the bottom of the shoe, and we used to roller skate that way on the back of my one aunt and uncle's patio. But we were borrowing the skates from our cousins, and they were pretty beat up and sometimes they didn't fit, so it was always bicycles. Number 2 is jump rope or hula hoop. Well, as far as jump rope and hula hoop goes, my answer to that, actually I'll stand up. My answer to jump rope or hula hoop is definitely jump rope. We played jump rope at school. We did the different sayings and little sing-song things with the jump rope at school. I could do some double dutch. It was definitely jump ropes, and I could jump rope at home by myself. Now, sometimes I did have a hula hoop, and sometimes at home when I was alone and playing, I did my hula hoop, and I was actually pretty good at it. But most of the time, it was jump rope. Number 3 is jacks or marbles. Well, that's definitely going to be jacks. I became very good at playing jacks. I learned how to play, and none of my friends or none of my cousins we didn't play marbles. I mean, I'd heard of marbles, I'd seen marbles, I'd seen 1 or 2 people play, but no, we didn't do the marbles. It was definitely jacks. And then the next one is Play-Doh or silly putty. I had both. Most of the time I played with Play-Doh. Silly putty was fun. Could roll it in a ball. It could actually bounce. Could smooth it out on the newspaper and make it flat and pick up newspaper print. The best time was to scrunch it all up and lay it flat and put it on the funny paper and get pictures of the funnies. But most of the time, yeah, it was Play-Doh. We did a lot of Play-Doh in my house. Next one is sprinkler or slip and slide. Well, I think I only had one friend who had a slip and slide, or maybe we had slip and slide one. I don't know. Sprinkler, definitely sprinkler. I can remember it being hot out. The little swimming pools in our backyards weren't set up, the little above grounds. Eventually we had an above ground pool that was big enough and large enough that you could float a raft in it, and it needed a filter, and my dad would put it up every year, and of course he had to level the ground and put sand under it, and anyway, that was a whole day process, and it wasn't usually till about 2 days later that we could actually swim. because it took time to fill up too. But sometimes we got in there and played in the hose while the pool filled. I mean, my parents didn't care. They were like, if you want to get in and get wet, go ahead, no big deal. But most of the time we played with sprinklers, and a lot of times it was sort of funny because my mom would say, well, play with the sprinkler in this area because the grass needed watered. And it was just one of those sprinklers that made the long arch, and it went to like the right, and then stood in the center for a second, and then went to the left. So it just went back and forth, back and forth. And after a while, they'd come outside when they'd see it was getting kind of soggy there, and they'd be like, okay, move your sprinkler over to there, and then go ahead and play. So we kind of helped water the grass by playing in the sprinkler. We moved it around, and but we played in the sprinkler. It was fun. It was fun. That was something we always did before the swimming pools were put up. And then the last thing is tetherball or hopscotch. Well, the only place that had tetherball was up at school in the playgrounds. And most of the time the boys were playing tetherball, and they would hit it really hard. And anyway, the girls and I always played hopscotch, and I played hopscotch at home. You know, my friends and I would draw hopscotch on the sidewalk or on our driveway or somewhere, and we played hopscotch. So that, my friends, is the end of the first tag. I'm getting ready to do the second tag next. Hold on, please. Now, for this next tag, it is from Lisa's Littles, and this one is entitled Childhood Cartoons. So, and I have Michael with you because Michael wanted to be on today, and he also, sometimes he likes to watch cartoons with me. So, anyway, I'm going to tell you about the cartoons that I used to watch. And there's Michael's little giraffe. As you notice, Michael and Kellyanne are giraffe buddies because they each have a giraffe. But, at any rate, the tag from Lisa's Littles that I'm doing today is childhood cartoons. And first of all, I'm going to say Looney Tunes. And the ones that I remember the most are Bugs Bunny, The Road Runner, Tom and Jerry, Foghorn Leghorn, which was the chicken, you know, with the big hat, and he talked funny, and I can't do it. But he was a leghorn chicken. That's a type of actual real breed of chicken. So, and that's what he was in the thing. Also, Sylvester the cat, and you know, Tom and Jerry, it was the cat and the mouse, and they were always fighting. Tom was always trying to catch Jerry. Jerry always outsmarted him. With Bugs Bunny, well, he outsmarted Elmer Fudd and was never Hunt and would pop up and say, what's up, Doc? And there was the Roadrunner, always fooling Wile E. Coyote and getting away, and Wile E. Coyote was always blown up in at least one part of the cartoon. Wile E. Coyote was often blown up. And then we had Sylvester the cat. Now that hat was the black and white cat, and it had Tweety Bird in it, and the little old lady, and Tweety always outsmarted Sylvester, and if he really got to Tweety, the little old lady always caught him, and Sylvester got in trouble. I also used to watch Underdog. And, you know, Underdog, he always had to save Pretty Miss Polly. And he always saved her no matter what. Rocky and Bullwinkle. It was the squirrel and the moose, always getting into mischief. Yogi Bear. What are we going to do with that picnic basket, Boo-Boo, before the ranger comes? So, you know, Yogi Bear and Boo-Boo. And the last one that I have on there is Scooby-Doo. And they always solved the mystery and found out that It wasn't really haunted, and there was a ghost and everything. So those are my tags. I hope you enjoyed them today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Have a great evening, and always remember that no matter what you're going through, God loves you. Bye.